Hey, we're going to try to set up Fluffy's Modmanager with Dead Rising 2 off the record. It's not a supported game on the list, so we're going to try our luck. I had it set up before, and since then I've actually been unable to get everything to work. I've gotten as far as the game is there and everything, and the mods appear, but they have trouble copying in. So we'll start with Dead Rising just to have a game pop up. Now it brings up a logo and a background on the latest version. The previous version that it was working didn't have the background support and stuff, but the background support is there for the game that we're going to add. So first we're going to have to go into options, then define game info. So remember that when you want to add a new game, options, define game info, choose current game so you can change what it's working on, and you want to set it to custom game 1 at the bottom of the list. It has 10 entries here. You're going to name it what you think you'd be easy to find. So for this case, I want it to just be exactly what it would say. So we're typing in Dead Rising 2 off the record in the left. Let's make this full. So now that we have the game name in there, it's going to ask for the mod directory. We don't have that yet. Executable name. I remember this one is Dead Rising 2 OTR.exe. The Steam ID I remember as well is 45770. I was just doing this. The Steam directory. So for this part, we're going to want to go into our common folder, which for the most part you'll find in your PC, program files, Steam apps, common. Excuse me, I'm burping. And then you'll find the games that you have. So right now I have off the record patch manually done this. I also recommend you manually add the off the record patch. If you do put it in the mod manager, you could take it off, but there's no reason to ever remove it. So I'd say just manually put the off the record patch. If you don't know what this is, it allows you to do a few configurable things here. Mainly skip the logos if you know it works. FPS limit's at like 120, but you can set it to whatever your screen is doing. There's a sprinting thing here you'd want to put on true just to enable a missing animation for the unarmed sprint. It is a lot faster. The fixes that are done here, you want to leave these on. Nothing's changed on my setup except for the number on FPS limit and cinematic FPS and sprint. So anyway, that's the off the record patch. We need to have this path. So we're going to copy that. You can use Control C. Once you copy it, go back into this thing here. It's saying games directory name within Steam apps. And it says that it's optional. I don't know if this is what the problem is, that I fill this in and it ends up causing an issue, but it's the same as the install path. Maybe this is the install path. And then the mod directory would be within the mod manager. I know that's a little confusing, but we're going to make a new folder here. Dead Rising 2 off the record. Sorry for talking slow like that, but that's how I type and talk. We're going to just copy this for ease and then paste it into the mod directory with Control V, in case I didn't say that before. So now, when we go to choose game, we're going to go to manage visibility, and we're going to remove all the games that we don't have that are enabled by default. So here's our custom entry, exactly the way we want to read it. You can type it as OTR, but then you'll have to remember when you have all these up that it's not next to Dead Rising, it would be at OTR. So just for safe keeping, you won't lose the games that you play if you just unclick the ones you don't have. Okay, so that is the manage visibility. Now when you click choose game, it just shows Dead Rising and Dead Rising 2 off the record. Mod managing disabled, could not find off the record.x, invalid and missing install path. So to fix this, it says choose game folder. We can do the install folder or the executable, which I had already just done this, so it is actually already on the place we need it. Select the folder using this Dead Rising 2 install. So now that the off-the-record install is there, our mod list is empty. In order to add mods to the mod list, we have just a few steps. Now in the mod folder, it created a mods folder, or whatever I just said. Inside the games folder, created a mods folder. For the mods that you download, we can download one real quick, I guess, just to see. So we go on to Nexus Mods. Dead Rising 2 off the record. And then in here, we'll get this original ServBot mask, right? Oh, Lord. Well, just for the sake of seeing if the DR1 ServBot folder gets copied in, we're going to use this. So we're in the mods folder again for the Modmanager. I'm going to put the DR1 ServBot zip, and this isn't going to be correctly installing it. As you read in the README, it wants us to put this inside the big file for the character. So that's a little bit more in depth than I have time for right now. But anyway, now if we refresh, the mod list is here. Ever installing mod. So there's a problem with the copying into this entry. Like I said, the previous version of this mod manager was able to copy working files. It would copy the entire Off the Record Plus mod. It copied Off the Record and New Destiny. I could take those mods off and play the vanilla thing, so I could have one file that's Off the Record Plus, one file that's a New Destiny, and I could have one file that is the vanilla game. It's a big problem now. I can't fix this, so it's just going to be a manual install, and right now I just have a New Destiny 1.1. If you set this up and have this working correctly, you would be able to have 3 different versions of the game at this point. You could do anything you wanted with the combination of mods that are available. All you have to do is make sure that the file setup is correct. So a mod that's like that, where it's pretty loose, it doesn't have everything all set up, isn't really ideal for an example. But if the off-the-record patch, if I were to zip this, which I could do, so let's do that. Compress to zip file, and what we'll do is we'll delete these 3. And I'm pretty sure this is not going to be able to add this. 3 files failed to copy. This is really difficult to understand because before I updated the app, it was able to do this, and before I had completely wiped the app, I could still use my Dead Rising 1 and take mods in and out with the mod manager. So something's wrong with the permissions of the app, and it's set to run as administrator for all users. The process that we went through just now is, as far as I know, correct. If we define the game info, this is optional, so let's just remove all this. it'll still fail to copy. Um, this issue is pretty important. You know, want to be able to enjoy this. Still fail to copy. And yeah, I can't seem to find anything in the options that can fix this. That's pretty much everything here. You know, it can't copy anything. It's really annoying. And you know, just to test, we can put this on Dead Rising 1, and you'll see it'll be able to copy. Installed mod D-input 8. So I don't understand why my custom you know what it is. I'll change a few things here. We're gonna just define the game info a little more. If we get rid of the CR2 off the record. I think the game name could be like stupid game. It doesn't need to be the correct name. The mod directory is fine. Executable name is fine. That's fine. Steam directory is optional. Install path. Hide in the game list. Should we try to invalidate for UE4? UE4. Reset. We don't want to do that. Now this doesn't make no fucking sense, man. We'll cut these both out of there. Well, first we'll make sure. Yep. First we'll make sure it's not in the other game. It's just sad. It was just working perfectly fine, and I don't think I have anything wrong. I've restarted my PC. I've tried to give more permissions. Installed with errors. 3 files failed to copy. So, yeah, that's as much as I got. I hope that was able to bring a little bit of light to how to set up a custom game, and maybe if anybody has any information how to fix what's going on with the copying, I'd love to know, because this app was really cool in my opinion. I would hate to just not use it completely anymore because it stopped working after an update. Let me know. Thanks.